Welcome to the Network Build Grow podcast, the show where business owners, entrepreneurs, and professionals share their stories, lessons learned, and powerful strategies for building relationships and growing their circle of influence. With Melissa Taylor, your host, each week we'll bring you actionable insights to help you build a better network and a better business. Let's dive in.
Well, hello, and welcome to the Network Build Grow podcast. We are here with Corrine today. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. It's such a beautiful day outside and, always a new opportunity to seize, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I love that you have your Tupperware in the back. For those of you that are listening, she has this array of beautiful Tupperware behind her in the video. And she is my Tupperware lady. I love all the things that I've gotten from her. Tell us a little bit about how you got involved with Tupperware.
Okay. Well, I was born, raised, and burped in Tupperware. Now, for anyone listening, if they're like, what do you mean? Did you just say burped? Yes, I said burped, like burped in a Tupperware bowl. You see, back in the day when they had the original Tupperware parties, they actually would burp the bowls to show how they're liquid and airtight and then toss them at the guests with water inside. So the joke is that you burp your Tupperware bowl. That's how you lock in the freshness. Well, since I literally grew up in this business, my mom trained at a meeting the night before I was born. She goes to the hospital, has me at 10:30 in the morning. She's back home 3 hours later in time for the FedEx guy to deliver that week's Tupperware, because that's when they had to deliver and it came to their homes. And in enough time for the FedEx guy to then go down to the next person's house to let them know Marcia had her baby. So the Tupperware community knew before there was social media, because of delivery routes, that I was born in my Tupperware bowl. So
that is so funny. Now, is your mom still involved with Tupperware, or is she retired?
She is. They were going to retire. And then, COVID happened and just some shifts in our business. And they looked at it as, I like to stay busy. I don't see a reason to retire. And so they're traveling the world and Tupperware's paying for it. Like they're on a cruise right now to Cape Town, South Africa. And they can work their business remote with the way our world has changed and the way our business has evolved. I mean, isn't that why we're entrepreneurs?
Yes. Now, speaking of change and evolving, I got to experience an online Tupperware party with you, which was just spectacular. And it's my understanding that you are kind of helping pioneer that or test that for Tupperware.
Yes, I'm helping out with some fun new digital things that we have out there because this is the thing I believe. Tupperware is the original live seller. Before there was a term for live selling, we were holding Tupperware parties, which actually means that Brownie Wise, who's the first woman to ever grace the cover of Business Week magazine, in case you wanted to know, is the original influencer. So I just want you guys to think about this as you're scrolling through your TikToks and stuff like that, and you see someone selling. Just remember, Tupperware started this all, because it's about the connection, and that's what the party gives you. And so now with our new service that we have, it's like we have our own QVC on our Tupperware platform. So literally I can do a party where I'm reaching you in your living room, in your kitchen, wherever you are across the US. You don't have to clean your house. You don't have to wear a bra for you women out there. And you can actually sit down with us and I can share with you tips that'll save you time, space, and waste. I can share with you recipes that don't break the bank, because we need to be cognizant of what we're spending, but also what we're consuming, because convenience can cost. And I think that's where I'm so excited, because Tupperware has always been something that cares about people and helping people to grow and helping people find solutions. And now they are finding solutions in this digital space where we can now evolve with the times, but not take away from what it is.
Yeah, that is wonderful. Very well said. Very well said. Now, you said a key word in there, connection, because I know your business is based on connections. So tell me a little bit about how you build your business, because I know you don't sell Tupperware, you create community.
I do. I mean, connections are everything when you think about it, because it's not what you know, it's who you know. But when you go out there and you're trying to branch, right, especially when people say network marketing, this and that, where I think you get that bad taste in your mouth is when you're always knocking on your neighbor's doors. And if you really want to grow in a business, no matter whether you're a small business entrepreneur or you're in direct sales, you have to figure out how to grow your network. Hello, that's networking. So you have to get out there and meet new people and show up where the people are that you want to work with. I remember back in, I think it was 2009 is when I first really got introduced into networking. And I went to my first like type of event with a group, and it was like this whole bullet going around introducing yourself. But once I figured out what I was offering, I met amazing new people I would never have met if I didn't show up. I saw incredible other benefits of networking in my business, just in my personal growth, because when you are self-employed, you are the employer and the employee, and you have to show up for the job that you want, even when you're self-employed. And it's that mindset too, that when I go, I'm presenting my best self, and I am now attracting my best clients. And then they refer me on because I learn great ways to do customer service, because I'm engaged, and because I am constantly growing in my relationships with people. Want to be specific in those words with networking is that it's growing the relationship, because people don't want to be sold. And if we are bombarding them, even though my product is the best in the world and you need to have it, down your throat, you're not going to get to see what it's really about.
Right. That is true. People don't want to be sold to, but they do want to know what you do. And they do want to have the opportunity to talk to you about it or refer you to other people.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
Okay,
tell me a little bit. So you started networking in like 2009, I think you said. So how has that, so you learn from other people, you learn from other entrepreneurs, you learn best practices, you've grown personally. Those are all benefits, as well as getting customers and referrals. What are some of your best networking advice, for lack of a better word, for when people get started in this world of networking?
my best advice: don't verbally vomit over everybody.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
I mean, because I'm really good at diarrhea of the mouth, because I personally get really excited, and I just want to keep sharing with you all the things I love that I'm passionate about.
Mhm.
But that can drown people, and it can suppress people, and it can also walk them right out of a yes, where sometimes less is more. I'm still learning this, that whole idea of 2 ears and one mouth, but it's a constant fluid reminder as the more we show up. Here's my tip for this. Here's how you don't verbally vomit: is you have to know your message.
Okay.
And you have to know who you are, you have to know your brand, and you have to know what you represent and how you're showing up.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna give you an example.
Mhm.
When I first started networking, I was just like, hey, I'm Corrine, I'm the Tupperware lady. And that was cool, but like, how am I different than the other Tupperware ladies? Yeah, I don't wear polyester suits. Yes, and I was in my 30s at the time. Actually, when I first started selling Tupperware, I was 19 years old in college. Okay. People did not take me seriously because they thought my idea of a party was a kegger. And I was like, no, I want to like give you plastic that saves you money. So it was just trying to change the conversation. But when someone said to me, well, how do you stand out? I had to really think about, well, why do they want to do business with me? What is it that I offer? What is it that is beyond my product?
Mhm.
Because it is that relationship. And that's when I just realized, I think the benefit of relationships, the benefits of connections that go along with it, and the benefit of, if someone is going to refer you, how do they refer you? If you're not clear on your message, how are they going to be clear on the message that they're sharing for you? And so I just kind of took it and made this persona as like the fresh expert, because no matter what, I freshen your life. And if you remember fresh, you'll remember me. And I came up with acronyms, and I came up with taglines, and I branded everything. Everything says the fresh expert. Now, like if you get a package from me, everything, there's decals and stickers and all of it, because I want you to remember me. And I want
Yeah.
you to go, oh yeah, this is the person. It's not just Tupperware, it's this, and she does Tupperware. And so it was that advice, and then being around more people to network and try it on.
Mhm.
What's the point of going through all of this to brand yourself if you aren't out there like being proactive and making sure it lands? Because you can have the best zinger in the world, and if it's not landing, you just wasted
Mhm.
a lot of money with someone if you just spent a whole lot with someone.
Well, not only that, but it's interesting that you said you have to get out there and you have to show up, and you've said show up a couple of times. It surprises me how often we hear business owners say, well, my business just isn't doing very well. And I'm like, well, what are you doing? Well, I don't really go out places. I'm like, well, the invisible product never gets purchased. The invisible person can never be connected to. So when you say you've got to show up, you're not just talking about physically being there. You're talking about showing up with intention. Talk to me about that.
Well, okay, so here's a great one. I know that I'm not going to get a sale on the first time I meet someone.
Right.
If people do, that is amazing. But it's typically 7 to 10 impressions. I want to say it's almost more now. It's just the numbers, the way social media is, we have so much noise. You've got to try that much harder. And that's just the reality is if you're in sales, you got to be the loud, squeaky wheel, unless you offer a solution by letting them know about the problem. But that's different. That's a whole sales technique. So how do I show up? I like to think about how do I get people to remember Tupperware? Number one, I have a really great pep talk, I guess you could say, where people will always get excited about my product when I introduce myself because of the way I introduce it. But then I always like to, if I can, let someone leave with something in their hands. I know my mom taught me a long time ago, if you want to be a good speaker, it has your head, the heart, and the hands. And you have to hit all three of those things. And I look at it as, even if I'm just meeting you for the first time, I want to try and do all three of those then too, because that's how I'm truly going to grab somebody. So I try and find something that is like relates to them, but that brings them back to me. Example, everyone loves to cook. Everyone loves a good recipe. Everyone loves a nice, fun seasoning blend. So what I try and do is think of like quarterly, what is the seasoning blend that I'm going to do? What is the recipe that goes with it? And how am I tying this into everything else I'm doing? Because it's purposeful. It's not that I'm just grabbing something and saying, hey, here's my card. I'm purposely going through and let's say doing a pumpkin pie spice that you can do with all these different recipes. And you're going to want to reach out to me because you're going to want more recipes, but I'm going to give you one recipe on there with my contact information subtly on there. And then I'm going to make it look really pretty so that you feel really special and that you get that warm feeling in your heart. And then you're going to be like, oh my God, she's so nice. And she gave me something. And now I have psychological debt where I really hope you work with me later.
That's so perfect. That's so perfect. If you're not watching the video, she's got this huge smile on her face and she's very excited. So that's wonderful. Now you also, you mentioned your pep talk, or some people call it an elevator speech. You say something that just cracks me up every time. You say, other than the burp thing, you say something about healthy plastic and metal for the microwave. What's that little thing that you say?
Okay, well, it depends on the day. So that one in particular is, this ain't your mama's Tupperware. We have metal for the microwave. We have plastic for the oven. So no matter which way you want the best, not the rest, I got you covered.
That's so great. That's so great. And I think it's fun. And people remember that. And they're like, what? Metal in the microwave? That's crazy. But it starts a conversation.
It does. And I don't have to verbally vomit completely, because I will if you give me the opportunity. That then they want to come up to you later and go, oh my gosh, I love that. What's really going on? And I think that's the key to a good pep talk. And that's the key to a good introduction, is you want them to want to talk to you later.
Yeah.
You want them to want to seek you out.
Right.
And that's how you make yourself a commodity as well.
Well, there you go. If you network for your business, you already know follow-up is everything when it comes to growing relationships and driving success. But here's the thing. Most of us want to follow up well. We just get stuck. Staying consistent, keeping it personal, making it stand out, it's hard. That's why I use NetEffect.io. It makes follow-up simple, cuts through all the noise, and helps me stay on top of every relationship without dropping the ball. I never miss a follow-up, and honestly, my network wouldn't be the same without it. So check it out, NetEffect.io. And right now, you can use promo code NBG50 for 50% off of your first month. NetEffect.io, your secret weapon to unforgettable follow-up. Okay, let's do some rapid fire questions, okay? Okay, here we go. What is the worst thing people can do at a networking event?
Well, I've had some very inappropriate comments made to me at certain times, but I don't want that to be on this one. So I'm sitting here trying to filter through my brain. I apologize. Like, okay, what is the worst thing you can do at a networking event? Is not know who you are. The worst thing you can do is a networking event is show up and not know who you are and not know what you're doing. Like, why are you there?
Yeah, just not being confident and, like you said, showing up your best self.
Yes.
Your
And
best
if you
self.
are new, like maybe someone's listening to this, right? And they're like, oh my God, I'm brand new. You're telling me to network, but that is like my biggest fear. And I'm like, you're asking me to go out on a ledge here and then also jump. Okay, I'm just trying to get onto the ledge. What the heck are you talking about? Cool. Write index cards. Take index cards, right? Write down your stuff that you have. There is no shame in having notes. And I just want to make sure everybody knows that if you have notes, it's okay. And just say, hey, I'm brand new to this. Will you guys help me try something on?
Yeah.
People want to help you.
Yeah. People do want to help. I can't believe how often people out of fear don't show up or out of fear hold back or whatever, because there's so many people out there that want to help you be better, that want to help you, like you said, try things on.
Especially in Network Build Grow.
Oh, well, see, there you go. There you go. Okay, perfect. Here's another one for you. Ready?
Okay.
How do you decide which networking events or which groups to invest your time in?
Okay. How do I decide which ones? First, I do have to look at my calendar to make sure that my kids are first because I am a single mom. So I really believe family is always first. It's why we chose this job.
Yep.
So then I would look at where you're going to get the most return, either by the relationships that you're cultivating and you're building. Where do you want to show up? Where do I want to add those points? Knowing that it's 7 to 10 contacts, sometimes I'm showing up just to be a reminder that I'm still here so that then when I'm ready to share something later, I've already been planting seeds.
Mhm.
So I just look at where your personal calendar is and then where you can fit in the best that you can for the best return to make sure you're getting your points of contact
Yeah.
consistently.
And with that, you should be able to show up to the same group consistently. Like if you're like, well, I'm going to go to this one time, but I can't go to it regularly, it's probably not the right group for you. You need to be able to show up consistently, don't you think?
I do agree. And if someone thinks they're going to show up once and find a mix, I'm going to say, I'm sorry, you're not. I mean, sometimes people are having a bad day and it's life. But if you show up consistently, then people will also see you consistently. You'll become then front of mind, which means you might get referred on and you might actually grow business. Don't expect to always get business on the first time. Remember, 7 to 10 points
Mhm.
of contact. So you've got to keep showing up, keep getting to know the people, because I will refer someone I know, not that I feel obligated to.
Right. Yes. And I always say that if you go with the expectation of a client or a referral from day one, you're just like premeditating your own disappointment.
Mhm. Sometimes it's the person that you meet as a gatekeeper for who you're meant to meet.
Right.
So don't burn bridges. And that's the biggest thing too, is like, we have to be kind and be aware of the fact that we never know who's going to connect us when.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, I don't know if any people make that mistake. I try and keep my blinders on, but
That's wonderful.
that could be really.
That could be really bad. That could be really bad. Okay. One more rapid fire question here. Okay. What's one way to add value to your network without expecting anything in return? Now, you did say you do the spice packets and some things like that, but if someone doesn't have like a spice packet to give out, what would be a way that they could provide value?
Okay, biggest one, show up to the huddles and be there as a way that you are giving, not receiving. I think that some of the best connections I've made is when I've just shown up and just happened to share something, or they happen to share something that then we started a conversation about later. So I don't know. This is actually a Tupperware term that we had is we used to have meetings every Monday night when we'd have in-person events.
Mhm.
We call them rallies. And you came to rally because it was to lift you both personally, professionally, but you also got your rewards for the week and you got like new training for the next week's, right? You always showed up. There were times though that you didn't want to show up. So the point of this is there are times that you don't need rally, but there are times that rally needs you.
Oh, that's good.
Same
Mhm.
thing goes for networking. There's a time you might not feel that you need networking, but networking needs you. And the people there need you to show up because you have value. And sometimes we forget the value that we have that we can offer others.
Right. That is huge. That is a wonderful, wonderful point. You might not need networking, but networking needs you. I think there's no other way to make this any better than that. So I think we will end on that note with Corrine Brown from the Fresh Expert Tupperware Lady
Extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire. We
And
would
there's
go with
always more.
extraordinaire.
Just follow me at thefreshexpert.com. That's all you need to know, my friends. Yes.
There you go. Well, thanks for being with us today. I've enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Network Build Grow podcast. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow entrepreneur or professional. And of course, if you're not yet part of our community, visit networkbuildgrow.com to connect with us. Until next time, keep building and keep growing.